Happy New Year, everyone. So it's now 2018 and I've just got back from a last minute, and I mean very last minute, Disneyland LA trip I took for New Year's Eve. So I went on the 30th of December and came back. I went back in the UK on the 2nd of January 2018. So it was literally quite a short trip. I had from like 5 o'clock on the Saturday, and I stayed at the park till later. And then I had all day New Year's Eve, so I went in early and then was there till 1 AM. And then New Year's Day, I went in basically when it opened for the public. And then left about 3 o'clock. So I didn't have a huge amount of time, but I got 90% of the things I wanted to get done. To be honest, I went for New Year's Eve and I didn't expect to get much done. I knew the crowds were going to be crazy, but actually looking back on it, the crowds were worse than my May trip when it was grad weekend. So grad night weekends is quite a big night in America. I didn't know about it before I went. I arrived in LAX airport in May, looked on Twitter, and it's like, oh, Disneyland is met capacity, so it was full. So I was like, oh no. And that's pretty much how the trip went that time. But I guess I'm a single rider, so I can go on most rides solo and quicker, so that was good. But this trip I did have max pass, and that, guys, is worth like $10. I mean, you get, it's like fast passes, but you do them in the park, but you don't have to go to the actual ride to do them. So it was so much easier, and I got on so much more stuff, so recommend that. And you get your photo pass in there, so win-win. Didn't think I'd bought much until I looked in my suitcase to do this haul, and I was like, actually I bought more than I remember. So as you know, most trips I go on, if not all, I buy a new pair of ears. Now I wanted a new pair of Christmas ears, but the ones I wanted they had, but I thought, I saw these and I was like, I'm gonna go for these, guys. You'll see why. They got the year on. So it's 2018, and obviously I'd gone for New Year's Eve, the whole point. But look what they do. They flash. So they were perfect. I mean, it got dark about 4 PM, so I wore those New Year's Eve, and they were perfect. So I'm gonna put those on right now. Now I think these were about $20-something. I found them actually in Walt and Disney on the day that I arrived. So again, if you've watched my hauls before, you'll know that I'm a huge Starbucks You Are Here collector. So they released a new range when they released the Walt Disney World new range, so I knew I had to pick those up. So let's start with those. So again, same packaging, Starbucks You Are Here collection with the Disney parks on the other side, and the blue background. And this isn't on there. I think it was $20-something low range. I think it was $21 maybe. I think it came to about £16. So the first one that I'm going to do is the Disney Parks one. Now this, I think, is my new favourite Disney You Were Here mug. The colours are just so cool. So let's see. So you've got kicking around, you've got the carousel, got my Matterhorn, which I think is really cool. It's really nice. And then it's purple inside. So this is definitely my new favourite mug. So Mark, you're not getting your hands on this one. So the next one I bought would obviously be Disneyland California Adventure. So again, that was around $20-something. So blue box, again, slightly different blue. So this, I definitely wanted this. I mean, all the changes are happening. So the pier closes on the 8th of January, and they're doing it into Pixar Pier, which I think would be cool, but I do love how it is now, Paradise Pier. So I'm really glad I went. So again, I wanted to get this mug before it maybe changes again. So again, it's got Disney California Adventure. So it's got the big wheel. It's got like the swings. My favourite ride ever. California Screaming. And I think that's for like the World of Colour. And that's really cool. I'm actually drinking out the current one. So if I compare the two, just grab it up. Quite a lot different actually. This was more blue and red base. This is green and red base, so it's cool. So that, Mark, you can check out this one. I've actually got one of these before, but again, with Paradise Pier changing, I thought this might change, and I actually wanted one, but I'm not really keen to get the whole collection. It's a Starbucks, and it's the Tumbler collection. Now it's Disney California Adventure. Like I said, I think it's going to change because you've got like World of Colour, you've got the tram, and it says California Screaming and the Toy Story Mania and the Aero Grotto. I know all of those are changing, so I think there'll be a new version of this. And I thought I can get the other ones again. I hope to go back at some point. So Cars Land, this would be cool for walking to work. I love my tea. Anyone who knows me knows I'm like totally addicted, so this is definitely a good shout. But I'm not collecting the whole collection. I think this was cheaper. I think it was like $16, $17. But I'm glad to use that. Trip in May, I texted my husband and I was like, I really, really, really want this sign. And it was the huge Disneyland sign. And I mean, it wouldn't fit in my suitcase, I don't think. And I really wanted it. And I was like, anyway, I can get it home. He said no. I was like, it's $150. I was like, okay, I want it. But I looked on Shop Disney, yeah. And they had it on there. So I thought, if worst comes to worst, I can always order it. So I looked on there actually near Christmas. I thought actually that'd be perfect Christmas present. Now the reviews weren't great. There were people were saying it was quite cheaply made and things, and I was like, okay, it's $150. If it's cheaply made and doesn't look great, or people have had to return it, I'm not sure if I want it. Now I saw this, and it's a Christmas decoration, but it's got the sign on, so it's really cool. It's got Mickey and Minnie, but it's got the sign I absolutely adore. So this will be coming out at Christmas, but it's got the sign that I wanted. I couldn't find like a everyday ornament one. So this is a Christmas tree decoration, but we've always got quite a small Christmas tree, and this is definitely gonna weigh it down. So I'm not gonna use it as a Christmas tree decoration. You can clip it off anyway, and just have it when it's Christmas on one of my shelves. So I absolutely love this. And this was $25.99. It's so cool. So again, if you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I started collecting Simpsons. Now, my collection is getting quite big, and I've started to sort of not make it smaller, but not expand. So when a collection comes out, get everything from that collection. I'm trying to just get the ones I really, really like, and then normally I'll just get Mickey and Minnie now, unless it's like a Lotso or the Oswald one. I mean, guys, I get everything. So yeah, I picked up, I think it's the Tomorrowland collection, but I'm not 100% sure. So I picked up Mickey and Minnie, and they're both space gear. Now my husband is a proper space freak, so he was like, well, okay, that sounds quite cool. So it's Minnie in like a space costume. Cool. And I'm not sure how much that was, but I'll show you Mickey. So Mickey looks great. He's been squashed in my luggage. Cool. No, normally like $6, aren't they? $7, but there was an offer for 4 for 3 or 4 for a certain price, and they even told me that at the till. But I like I said, I'm trying to cut down my collection. I wasn't buying them for the sake of buying them, so I just had to. So this is something I've looked at Walt Disney World before. They've got different collections for different parks, and it's not Pandora. So I've already got all the Pandora charms for the park specific in LA, so I didn't need those. But this, I've been looking at, it's an Alex and Anna bracelet, and I've been looking at them for ages. I didn't know which one to get, because I'm not a huge jewellery wearer all the time. But again, with this pair changing, I went and actually got this one in silver. Okay, so it's the wheel with Mickey Mouse on it, and I think it's really cool. I'm not sure if I get much more of the collection. I might get some more from Walt Disney World when we go next. But I love this, and again, I really love California Adventure, if you guys haven't noticed, because the majority of my merchandise is from there. So yeah, this is really cool. Now I'm sure you've all seen this in Walt Disney World before, and it's the rucksack. It's the rucksack. If you spend X amount of money, you get the rucksack for an extra. It's cheaper. So I got actually this one, Disneyland one, because I'm doing my Asia trip in March, and it's huge. It's got so much room in it, and I thought, well, actually my Vans ones, one of them's quite a light colour, and it's going off, not off colour, but I don't think I've got much more use out of it. And then the Mickey Mouse one, I love it, but it's been everywhere with me lately, so I kind of wanted a new Disney bag. And this is really thick, and so I mean, like, the weather is going to be quite weird in some of the, like Shanghai, Tokyo and Hong Kong, completely different from each other. So I wanted to be taking hoodies, and this will give me enough room with all my camera stuff as well. So it's quite cool. It's got all different expressions of Mickey Mouse. It looks quite angry there. I like it. It's cool. It'll be perfect for traveling. So I think that might be like $20 if you spent 60. I hadn't spent 60 in the shop. If it was 60. What the value I needed to spend, I hadn't spent 40. So I ended up buying this. just to get it over the value, which actually I think is quite cute now on comparison. It was right by the till and I was like, yep, I'll grab that. And it's just some Mickey Mouse coins. But it's actually got, so it's got Disneyland and Walt Disney World on there. I will eat those at some point, but the pattern's quite cool. So that wasn't, I think it was like $3 or something. On our last trip we went, which we did at Disney World, but we also went on a cruise. And every night they give you these Giuliano chocolates. I'm now obsessed. So, is it Giuliano? Giuliano chocolate. So I went and bought just a bunch of different flavours of these, and they're really cool. So I've eaten quite a few of them. I've got dark chocolate caramel, bonbon. Shouldn't buy any clothes. Nearly bought the rose gold hoodie, but the colour isn't rose gold. And I mean, the thing at the back says Disneyland is more rose gold, but the actual colour of the jumper is more peachy. And I put it on and I was like, I don't love it. I like it, but I don't love it. So I didn't get it, which for me is very restrained. So for Christmas, my husband and my sister-in-law got me a walk in Walt's footsteps tour. It's amazing. It was, so you go around, it's like a 4-hour tour. You go around, they talk about Walt Disney, because it's the only park you went to. You go on some rides, and then the end, you go to actually into Walt's apartment, which is above the fire station in Main Street in the square. So that's really good, but you get given a walk in Walt's footsteps pin to wear with your name. So that's really cool. It was New Year's Eve, so I went into customer care or customer services and got myself an I'm celebrating pin saying New Year's Eve. So I put that on. Standard freebie. My Cove bar, my precious Cove bar is going on a California adventure as we know it. So I got one of these. So it's going to go in my memory box, which is a Cove bar sort of like place mat to put your cups on. It's going to go in my memory box. Now, if anyone's seen these before, you can actually become an honorary citizen of Disneyland. So you can go into the customer service place and get one of those, but they do give them out as well, I think, if you're going early, and to like some people, but I really wanted them. So it's going to go in my memory box, which is really cool. If you follow my Twitter or Instagram, you'll know that on New Year's Eve, I managed to get a last minute spot into the Tomorrowland Skyline dessert party. Is that what it's called? No, Skyline Lounge Experience. A balcony you sit at, get free unlimited soft drinks, hot drinks, and food, snacks, and a voucher, and you can watch the fireworks. So we were around there from 7 PM until 1 AM, so it was brilliant because you could watch the 9 PM fireworks and the 12 AM fireworks without being in the crowds. It was really worth the price. It was more expensive because it was New Year's Eve. It was $90, which came to about £75, but I definitely think it was worth not experiencing the crowds or waiting in Main Street. But you also get given one of these, which is just says New Year's, ringing in the New Year's, but then you also get the one that you get, so that's the 2017 one and the 2018 one, so that's pretty cool. That's so I didn't buy as much as I normally do, as I only went to Walt Disney World 2 months ago, but I hope you've enjoyed my haul. Any questions or advice or tips, anything you need, just ask me a comment below. I absolutely love talking to whoever watches my videos. And subscribe if you want. So I'm going, my next trip is to Shanghai, Tokyo and Hong Kong in March. I'm doing all 3 in one trip with one of my friends. So hopefully see you around for that tour. So catch you real soon and Happy New Year. Bye!